Hey, Spirit Squad. I am your master cosmologist and the head cheerleader to the stars. I was playing solitaire as I've been doing a lot lately. And I just kept getting tugged to do a message, and I don't know exactly why. So we'll find out together and we'll see what's wanting to come through. One of the things I am aware of is all of the energies, all of the planetary bodies sitting at 29 degrees, specifically Moon with Juno, which is very trying on marriage and relationships. And then Mars at 29 of Cancer. Thank goddess, get out of Cancer, please, Mars. Mars in Cancer has been a wet blanket. It has felt so lethargic, so groggy, so soggy, so lackluster, and no energy. And today it was to the extreme. I'm so tired lately, so you might be as well. And to top it off, we've got Mercury at 29 degrees of Pisces. This is the final moment of some very old thought forms. I hope you've enjoyed them. I hope they served you while they were relevant, but they are getting flushed down the cosmic drain tonight, and you are being essentially kicked in the head to think differently. Sounds a little severe, but it is a kick in the head. It's like, when are you going to get this through your thick head, kind of? So let's go into cards. I've got Prairie Majesty, Oracle, and Way of the Panda Tarot. An interesting combination. I do feel like the Way of the Panda Tarot does have to do with the fact that Mercury is at the last degree of Pisces. And this is a pretty new deck for me that I haven't worked with except twice. So we will see what comes up. Go with Panda first, Panda Tarot. I have no clue. Usually I have some inkling or channeling that's already come through previously, but this is just the first thing I'm hearing is prepare to have a blank slate for a mind, just have a mind wipe. So fun. Prepare to think differently is what I keep hearing. What was previously your entire MO, your entire prerogative, the entire way that you used to think, it's just getting wiped away. Wow, this doesn't want to. It's a pretty thick deck because it's cut so small. It's pretty thick, so sometimes it's kind of hard to get cards out. Okay, we got a big stack here. All stuck together too. Okay. I've got the Hanged Panda. I've got the Eight of Wands with the Magician. I've got the Three of Wands and the Ace of Cups. First thing that I want to pick up on is the Eight of Wands with the Magician. This reads as masculine energy, really just kind of an entrapment energy, staying out of the magic, staying out of the mystery, not wanting to access 50% of existence. There's this self-imprisonment energy here. and not being able to tap magic. The hanged panda is giving me, I'm hearing you're doing it to yourself. You're doing it to yourself. Why do you keep doing this to yourself? What I'm picking up here is that we keep trapping ourselves. Okay, here's the other half of this here. This first red is divine masculine energy, keeping themselves in panda prison. But I'm also getting the inner masculine now not putting their magic out into the world. You're not applying yourself. The word for this week was apply, application, applicable. The essence of the forecast for this week was you have to bring your magic out. You have to let it show. You have to access it if you're in panda prison and you're not able to access it. But yeah, I'm really getting that you know you need to do the big magic thing and you're keeping yourself stuck here for whatever reason. And this is excuses. This is not motivating yourself. This is coming up redundantly for all of us. It's just kind of ad nauseum to the point of ad nauseum, where it's nauseating at this point that we keep doing this thing and preventing our magic from helping the world, changing the world, being applied in the world, revealing itself. The Three of Wands in this deck, I get this sense of turning your back on the vision, turning your back repeatedly on the future, turning your back repeatedly on essentially where you know you need to go, where you know you need to head next. You know you need to do it, but you keep turning your back on it and ignoring it. It's almost this energy with Mercury at 29 degrees of Pisces. Like, if I just don't look at it, I won't have to do it. If I just don't think about it, I don't have to make the change. If I just keep doing these things here, then I can feel like I'm too busy to apply myself to these other things or that one thing. There's this ignorance isn't bliss anymore. It's ignorance is nonsense. Ignorance is foolishness. Ignorance is hindrance. And with the Ace of Cups, it's actually kind of cute. I get this sense of Mercury when it peers over the edge of Aries tomorrow, where it actually wants to dive in and it isn't holding back and it isn't so afraid. And it's like, well, shit, I just got shoved, so I have to do the thing. I have to take the leap. There's the sense of being shoved off a high dive board. It comes up over and over in my messages repeatedly. Like, we're all standing on the edge of this high dive board, shaking and quaking because we don't want to do this big Olympian high dive into the deep end and just do the ding dang thing or the ding dang things that we need to. So we're hanging ourselves up on that diving board. That energy to me is just sitting on the edge of the diving board. Like, you're gonna go, you're gonna do it. You know you can. Oh, dang. All the leaves of my money tree are falling off all of a sudden. That's the third one that's fallen off in a row. That's interesting. I'm hearing you cannot eat money, oh no. You cannot eat money, oh no. When the last tree has fallen and the rivers are poisoned, you cannot eat money, oh no. Oh no. And I feel like that came through Thank you, Money Tree. Very specifically for me, that's my preaching is this consumerism bullshit. Oh, wow. I was just given Eshkagol's husband, the drunk bull, this bull energy where it's bullshit. And it's time for that underworld corruption to cease because it's taken too much, so that's my preaching. That's what I need to be putting out. That's me. That's my big magic that I'm not quite going all out on that limb and just diving headfirst into, it's interesting. The hangman, he is upside down. And if he just surrenders and if he just falls into it, he goes head first, just like Aries, Mercury diving into Aries tomorrow, it's head first. And this feels to me like we're making the thing out to be scarier than it has to be, and that it can actually be a lot more fun and a lot more playful. And there's a sense of needing to not put any sort of labels or define the thing and be inquisitive. Like, can you come into the thing inquisitive instead of scared or hesitant? Can you come into it inquisitive? Like, maybe this might actually be better. Maybe I'm just holding myself back out of fear of I'm overthinking. There's a sense of overthinking. I don't think there's going to be any ability to overthink anymore. The essence of Mercury plunging into Aries at 0 degrees with Neptune is like the mind having to dive in and just do it. It just has to protect yourself that much. How do I want to say this? By turning your back on the thing, you're actually preventing yourself from changing and growing. And it's going to be self-protective to just dive in and attempt the thing and do the thing and not think it over and not ruminate and I don't know exactly. I'm trying to simplify exactly what I know it means, but it's coming out kind of long-winded, which I think is Mercury at 29 Pisces, which is blubbering and stalling and procrastinating and sitting here, like if I just talk about it, if I just think about it, there's an energy where you just have to go for the thing. You just have to take the risk. You have to be willing to go all in. You have to come into it like a blank slate, like an inquisitive child. Let's go with an oracle card from Prairie Majesty. This is a really cute deck. I'm very in love with this deck. I'm actually using this as my new moon. Did I? Yeah, I did. I pulled a new moon card. What was my new moon card? Oh, it was Bald Ego. Bald Ego. That's a Freudian slip for somebody. Oh, it's almost like get out of your ego. You have to drop your ego. I don't know, bald ego. I pulled bald eagle and it was time to fly, time to soar. I have protect, which is the meadowlark. How can I safeguard what is sacred to me? Interesting. That's very cuspy. That's very cuspy of Mercury at the very end of Pisces about what is sacred. And then 0 is protection. How can I safeguard what is sacred to me? Wow. I'm actually getting this as just posing this question to you. What is that sacred to you? How can I safeguard what is sacred to me? What is sacred to you? And what would you defend with your life? What would you be willing to sacrifice? What would you be willing to give up? What changes would you be willing to entertain in your life, even if they're scary, even if they're hard, to the meadowlark just tweeted in my ear, protect the planet, protect the planet. I mean, that's my thing. There is this sacrificial energy. We do have Easter Sunday. So we have Good Friday coming up. We have Easter Sunday. And there's this notion here of what would you sacrifice your life for? What would you sacrifice who you are now for? Because it's that sacred to you. Yeah, I'm going to leave you with that question in this card. For me, I know it's the planet. For me, I know it's the animals. It's the thing I would put my neck on the line for. And I'm very much a self-preservationist, like not a chicken, but just very cautious and very protective of my own life. It's the one precious thing that I have. It's the most precious gift I own. And there's not too many things that would get me riled up and get me to fight and to put my neck on the line. This is interesting because I know my messages do want to go more into the realm of protecting the planet and what is going on with the Earth, where she's at, what time it is with the Earth. So I'll be thinking about this tonight too. Okay, I tried to make that as succinct and clear as possible, as clear and succinct as you possibly could at 29 degrees Pisces Mercury. I hope you wake up with new thinking, new thoughts, and you have to give the body a couple days to catch up because Mars is at the last degree of Cancer. Once it goes into Leo, yay, so much more energy heading our way. All right, guys, I will catch you later. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you soon. Bye.